He felt closer to strangers than two people he knew. His name was Leo, and his phone was a universe of notifications, a constant hum of connection. But the connections he chased weren't in his message inbox, filled with texts from his mom, his sister, or his few remaining friends. No. Leo lived in the comments section. He'd wake up, and before his feet touched the floor, he'd be scrolling. Not through his emails, not through the news, but through the replies to a comment he'd left on a video about restoring old furniture. He'd written something simple. The patience this takes is incredible. Inspiring stuff. And a dozen people had agreed. Someone named woodworker_82 had even offered him tips on finding reclaimed lumber. These people, these strangers, they got him. They shared his niche interests. They responded with enthusiasm. His message app showed a text from his sister, Sarah. Hey, are we still on for dinner tonight? He saw it, but he didn't open it. Opening it would create a read receipts, an obligation. Instead, he navigated to a travel blogger's page. He'd commented on her video about hiking in Patagonia, and the thread had exploded. He spent 20 minutes debating the best type of hiking boot with someone from halfway across the world. He felt sharp, engaged, witty. This was his routine. He'd post a thoughtful comment on a science documentary, a funny one-liner on a comedy sketch, a supportive message on a video about mental health, and then he'd wait. The little red hearts, the replies, the thumbs-ups. They were like little bursts of validation, each one a tiny signal that someone, somewhere, had heard him and appreciated what he had to say. His unread messages piled up. His mom. Leo, honey, just checking in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're okay. A friend from college. Dude, fantasy football draft is this weekend. You in? Leo saw the previews on his lock screen and felt a strange kind of anxiety. These messages required a different type of energy. They required history, context, and a continuation of a relationship that existed outside the screen. They felt heavy. Comments were light. They were ephemeral. You could be anyone you wanted to be in the comments. An expert, a comedian, a philosopher. There were no expectations. If he didn't reply to a comment thread for a day, no one would think twice. But if he didn't reply to his mom's text, that came with baggage. Guilt. One afternoon, he was deep in a comment war on a political video. His thumbs were flying, crafting the perfect rebuttal. His heart was pounding. He was winning. Then, a notification popped up at the top of his screen. It was from Sarah again. Leo, I'm at the restaurant. Are you coming? Just let me know if I should go ahead and eat. The message hung there, a stark, black and white reality against the colorful chaos of the comment section. He looked at the time. He was an hour late. His stomach dropped. He hadn't just forgotten. He had actively chosen to ignore it, to prioritize the fleeting approval of strangers over a real-life plan with his own sister. He stared at the screen. A half-written, fiery political comeback, still blinking at him. It suddenly seemed so pointless. Who was Patriot_Eagle? 76. Anyway, a teenager. A bot. A lonely person just like him, looking for a fight to feel something. He closed the app. The silence of his apartment felt deafening. He opened his messages. 15 unread texts from Sarah, 10 from his mom, 6 from his friend, Mike. He started reading them, really reading them, for the first time in weeks. Sarah's texts went from excited anticipation to confusion, then worry, and finally, disappointment. His mom's were filled with gentle concern. Mike's were a mix of jokes and genuine questions about how he was doing. These weren't heavy obligations. They were lifelines. They were threads connecting him to a world that was real. A world where people knew his last name, his favorite food, the stupid thing he did in 10th grade. These people cared about Leo. Not just Leo_comments_ for you. He felt a wave of shame wash over him. So intense, it made him dizzy. He had been so busy collecting digital pats on the back that he had neglected the people who would give him a real hug, who would sit with him in silence, who would show up. With trembling fingers, he typed a reply to Sarah. I am so sorry. I completely lost track of time. I messed up. Can I make it up to you? Breakfast. Tomorrow. My treat. He hit send. There was no like button, no up, just the quiet confirmation. Delivered. For a few agonizing seconds, there was nothing. Leo held his breath. He was used to instant feedback, the quick hit of a reply. This silence was different. It was the space between two real people. Then, the three little dots appeared. She was typing. It was the most suspenseful thing he had experienced all day, more than any comment wore. Her reply was simple. Okay. Breakfast sounds good. Are you all right? 2 short sentences, but they held more weight, more genuine care than the thousands of comments he had read that week. Are you all right? No stranger had ever asked him that. They didn't know enough to ask. Leo typed back, No, but I think I'm going to be. He put his phone down, screen facing down on the table. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel the urge to pick it up and check for notifications. The most important connection he needed to fix wasn't on a server somewhere, but just a few miles away. The digital world is an amazing place to find community and shared interests, but it's so easy to get lost in it, to substitute shallow interactions for deep connection. It's a balance. Maybe you've felt that pull, too. The real challenge, and the real reward, is in nurturing the relationships that exist beyond the screen. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, let us know in the comments, and maybe after that, send a text to someone you care about. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.